Hello, welcome back to another episode of Hoops and Football. I am Shannon. Sorry for the long wait before I come back. I had to leave for a family emergency, but I am back, so I will be making more content. You will see my ugly head again a bit more often. So I'm going to go back to what I'd been previously doing before I took some time off, obviously for the emergency. The draft players. I'm trying to do one player per week that I believe that Richmond should take and pick 3 or 4. I will eventually do a video about splitting some picks, but right now I'm just going to stick to doing my video on draft candidates. So I've gone with Josh Lindsay in this one. I know a lot of Essendon fans will probably hate it, as a lot of Essendon fans would love to have him on their half back with that penetrating left kick. So I've got 2 draft profiles picked up on the computer, and I've got Cal Toomey's. So Cal Toomey has got him ranked at 7. And the ESPN AFL draft ranking system, I just had him there, they've moved it. Both had him, I think that's both at pick 7. So that's including the academy players. So if you take out the 2 academy players from Gold Coast, and looks like, I think it's Harry Dean from Carlton, it's probably Josh Lindsay's probably right around our pick 3 and 4. Obviously, it just depends on what you prefer to have, but I've gone with Josh Lindsay as mine. So Josh Lindsay's a Geelong Falcon, plays for Geelong Falcon Victorian. He's a mid/defender at 183 centimetres. He has 1 national championship game. He had 28 disposals and 8 marks. So this is just a profile. I'll read it out to you and also give you who they give out who they think they are very similar to as a player. So blessed with a laser left foot, Lindsay is the best at kicking off pace through the corridors, half back. He wants the ball in his hands. He loves to take the game on with a dash, making him a dangerous weapon for the club and state. Elite ball user, as always, in a Virage, which could use Lindsay to rise to the top 5 in this year's draft. So he's rated similar to Josh Dacos. That's where they've got shades of Josh Dacos. Cal Toomey also has him at rank 7 as well, and Cal Toomey's all the same information. It just says a lovely left foot, ability to play off halfback through the midfield is a big part of the Lindsay's appeal as a top 10 choice. The Geelong Falcons started the carnival in a strong fashion with 28 disposals for the country against the Western Australian, followed up with 27 against South Australia at Marvel Stadium. After boosting his draft stocks playing for the Marshes in the AFL Academy, he was best of field for Coburg's VFL side. He can be a damaging with ball and playmaking. So, obviously, Jade Short isn't going to be around forever. And I don't think he has to come in straight away and play. You could put him in the VFL, give him a chance to grow and play. I'm also not against, considering he can play in mid/back. He has a very good dash and obviously starting to show that he can do a bit of a two-way, so he can play back and he can play forward. I wouldn't be against bringing him in at pick 3 or 4, obviously depending on if someone slides like a Will Dersma comes down, you can't say no to Will Dersma on your first pick, or a Cooper Duff Titler, that's another option. I would take him on the wing. I think he could provide that running left foot on the dash. Now that does probably take Trezise off that wing, but right now besides Hugo, we don't really have anyone else who can play a wing. Now, not saying you would have Lindsay in as a wing forever. You could eventually put him off the halfback, or we could use the wing as a way to get him trained to go into a midfield, build up his tank, get him going, work out what his pros and cons are. I do have a highlight package for you guys to watch afterwards, but I've just gone with Josh Lindsay on that. He's not too tall, not too short, very good runner, and I'm never against having a left footer as well. Going off some of his highlight videos, you will see that he is not afraid to take the contest on. Maybe sometimes he needs to learn to judge when to do it and not to do it. He seems to get himself into trouble a few times. But at the same time, I can't knock him for his effort. He seems to always put his effort in, head down, get the ball, 1-2. He's always got seconds and third efforts, which you will see in a lot of his highlights if you've actually watched him through the draft. If he makes a mistake, he does back up his own fault, and he will go again. So it's quite a good candidate to take. Now, people will say it's probably not a necessity of what we need, but look, Jaden Short and Banks are our half-backs, and I just don't think Jaden Short's going to be there forever. So we need to realise that, we're going to need to bring somebody in eventually to help be that second 1-2 punch with with Banks, because Banks isn't the greatest kick. Banks is that really good handball burst, long kick, penetrating kick, where Lindsay's a lot more get the ball himself, run it with a very good, accurate left foot. So they could probably do what Jaden Short was back in his day, when he was in that premiership time in 2020 when he won the best and fairest, where he was that dynamic halfback runner that was a very good kick and always made it very hard for players to get. So that's who I've picked for this week, is Josh Lindsay. Please enjoy the highlights, as well as I would like to say thank you for everyone who messaged me, commented on anything of my shows to say thank you or wishing me the best and my families. As well as, before I go, only 28% of people are subscribed, which means 72% of you who watch my ugly head haven't hit that subscribe button. So please do. It really helps my channel out. Thank you. Stay safe. And as always, see you next time.